Not be to share peanuts of 20,000 naira. Edo government go help less privileged students with full scholarship. Deputy Governor Shaibu to Student Union say make students ignore insecurity, focus on their goals. Members for Student Union government for Auchi Polytechnic don pay one courtesy visit to Edo State Deputy Governor, Right Honourable Comrade Philip Shaibu for Government House, Benin City on Monday. Presido for the Student Union government, Comrade Justin Osigwe con hail Shaibu for the ogbonge projects when he be Presido for National Association of Naija Students NAS, say make government chook mouth inside the katakata when Naija students they face inside school.
Coming to Benin today, we deem it fit to come to your office to first see you and also to appreciate you for the good work that you have been doing for the Nigerian students. Even when you were in school, when you were the NAS president and everything you have been doing, even after school, you have always extended the hand of support to the Nigerian students. And Auchi Polytechnic, which is your house, you have always given us that support. Even my emeritus president, because we just got in, we have gotten notice of how you have helped in one or two things that we have been needing in the Polytechnic, and we really want to appreciate you on behalf of the entire Nigerian students, sir. But having emerged as Student Union government executives, there are a lot of challenges that we have observed in our school, Auchi Polytechnic, today, that we want to also beg you to still come in and help us, just like the way you have been helping us, sir. We really want to support the level, the welfare of the Nigerian students. It's not as a speak as of today, sir. We have a lot of things that are troubling the Nigerian students. As it is today, that inside our campuses, there are no bathrooms, there are no toilets. The toilet systems on campus, they are very bad. In most of our schools, there are no boil systems. The shuttle buses on our campus, they are very, very limited. And it makes the problem of transportation between campus a very big problem. The condition of the hostel is nothing to write home about that. So we have come today, sir, to still plead with you, knowing fully well that Auchi Polytechnic is the largest polytechnic in Edo North, and your constituency where you represent, where you have always extended the hand of support to us.
Deputy Governor Okonya and the students say no be to give them chicken change of 20,000 naira in the name of bursary, where plenty people believe say na the better thing to do. Say government get plans to help poor students with full scholarship.
We believe in bursary. The governor believes in bursary, and we are looking at how to work out bursary. But because we are facing challenges in our tertiary institution, especially when it comes to subventions and all those issues around subventing our even state-owned universities and state-owned institutions. In our schools, especially the tertiary institutions, we observe that somebody has a child that is paying 1 million naira, 2 million, some 500,000 in secondary school. But if it goes to our state university, it cannot pay 50,000 naira, or it cannot even pay 200,000 naira. It doesn't make any sense, really. If you can pay up to 1, 2 million, 500,000 for your child per term or per year in secondary school, and he graduates from secondary school, and when you check every year, you spend minimum of 1 million for that child in school. And you get to university, you want that same child that is now in university, higher institution, to pay less than that amount in the university, where the whole issues of university has to do with professionalism, equipment and everything. And for all we said, yeah, such person should pay an economic fee. Such a child that is able to pay millions in secondary school should be able to pay millions in the university. Why this other child that is in government school, that his parent put in government school, you check the earnings of this parent, he cannot afford. That's why he can even allow it to be in public school. That child should have bursary to finish his school. So instead of subventing the school, why can't we just put a fee in our school? These ones that are come through public schools that they are not able to afford from secondary school. We have their data. We check the family data. Is it the father and mother of this child? Is he a rich person? Is it a poor person? Can he afford? If he cannot afford, this one is entitled for government full. When I say bursary, it's not 20,000 naira, full scholarship. So everybody now pay to school. Government pay. If it is 3,000 of them, government will calculate every term or every section. Government will pay on their behalf. You that can afford, you also go and pay. So why will I subvent somebody that can pay 1 million in secondary school? You understand? So we need to just have a stakeholders meeting to think about our education, so that we should have to just have a discussion where we decide what we really want, so that you just reel out a lot of things now. Hostels are not functioning well. Your public utilities in the school is not functioning well. It's supposed to function. Why is it not functioning? The school authority will tell you that they are not getting money to put this thing to work, and they cannot turn their blood to money to provide this facility. So that means money is still the bone of contention. So how do we make money available for the school to make sure that when you are in school environment with good lawns, with good walkways, with good electricity, full of electricity, no interruption, with clean waters, no mosquito-infected hostel? It has to do with money. So government have to pay bursary for the indigent. The rich has to pay full money, not subvented by government. The school will not have any choice than to use this money to develop that school. I think we need to just have a conversation on it, so that we actually do. We are a believer of bursary, but bursary is not to subvent a rich man's child. Bursary is for those indigent students that cannot afford. And that is why they say fingers are not equal. So those ones that their fingers are shorter, we should be able to help them. Those ones that are longer should pay, because God created all of us, but He didn't give all of us same opportunity. So you that God has blessed should pay more. He that is still struggling should be supported. When he now stands, he should pay more. That is how it should be. The government is looking at those angles. And I'm sure by the time what the government is putting in place get ready, we have to. These are issues that I can tell you it's going to be all of us talking and putting our ideas together to resolve it. Because whatever we agree is what all of us are to key in. It's not, we are not doing a top-down approach to issues. We do bottom-up. So that's why we have to all agree. Do we want quality education? Yes. How do we achieve it? All of us have to now contribute to it. So that when we agree, we follow up. And that will end this all this issue of ASU strike and all those things. It will end. Because we'll have told each other the truth. Government know where its own right and start and end. You know where your own start and end. You understand? So at the end of the day, collectively we resolve the matter.
Shaibu Konya and the module bunge work when he be president for NANS, say make the students come on face for the insecurity and political instability where they share for the country and put eyes for their goals.
In Auchi Polytechnic, when I was president of NANS, I remember that all these institutions in Nigeria, when I mean all, university, polytechnics, and college of education in Nigeria, as president of NANS, I got Coca-Cola to have Coca-Cola villages in all the institutions in Nigeria. Where is your own Coca-Cola village? There was also Coca-Cola village in Auchi Polytechnic when I was president of NANS. Where is your Coca-Cola village? It's been destroyed? Or you didn't even meet it? All over the country, I had Coca-Cola village in all the campuses in Nigeria, because I took there was a revolution I took and a fight against Coca-Cola when they increased prices of Coca-Cola and all those stuff. and we discovered that they were giving us diabetes, and they were classified as a multinational company, and we're not getting the benefit, the CSR. We're not getting benefit of them in our area. So we asked for CSR, and we asked that they must do something in our communities. And I declared war that time against them, that 100 meters to any campus, their vehicle should not pass. And if their vehicle passed at that time, liquid content only should be consumed by students. And unfortunately for them, the students listened to me, and they were consuming liquid content. And they were forced to have a discussion. I will now say, no problem. We are ready to drink Coke moderately, but this Coke will be, we must have a facility in our campus where there will be rebate. We won't buy at that market price. And they agreed. We had an understanding, and all campuses in Nigeria had Coca-Cola Village, where, as at that time, 15, I think it was 15 kobo, I'll be 15, 1 naira 15 something, I can't remember, but it was, years back, it was, but it was now half the price on campus. But they will build a village. They built like a center in all, we got centers, they built centers, viewing centers with their deep freezers, big fridge, with a big T television, with chairs and everything, with a canopy in all the campuses. And people were now coming from outside to buy from there because it was cheaper in our campuses. Our Chipoli, I remember I also launched in our Chipoli. So then where is the center? The union couldn't continue with it. It's not there again. You didn't even meet it. Go and check your record. That was in 1999, 2000. Yeah, so all the campuses, they did that. We also got, as president of NANS, I also got Julius Berger because they were constructing Bauchi Road that time, from Jos to Bauchi. They were constructing Bauchi Road that time. We also got Julius Berger to help us complete Bauchi Road, off Bauchi Road to permanent site road through Naraguta. And they also helped us to construct it. That one was about 2-point-something kilometers, and they did also for us. We also got Coca-Cola to do street light on that road, and got them to help us furnish our chemistry lab in the University of Jos. And we got our indigenous computer thing to also come and help us with computers in our ICT department in the University of Jos also that time. So these are little things unions can do to help school. You understand? So as you are just coming in now, these are small ideas I need to sell to you on how you can also help your student, help yourself. It's developmental. You help, and when you leave school, you see how you will have impacted on people. You understand? Everything has to do with plan. So now that you are coming in fresh, sit down, task yourself, think out of the box on how you can use your various offices to achieve something, and when you put it together in a basket, you will have helped the authority to fix all these things you are saying. And there are people that, your alumni, you can even get them to come and help you fix some of these things. They must give back to the society. We have to get people to also give back to where they got their strength from. You understand? So, but the issue of the holistic fixing of the school is not supposed to be something piecemeal. But what you are doing now will be temporary because you are just there for 1 year. After 1 year, another people will take over. So, but this one, in that 1 year, it can be 10 years if you're able to plan and get people to be aware of why they should do certain things. And when they see your seriousness and see your plan, they will come in. Each time I meet you like this, I like to share my experiences so that you know where we are coming from, and maybe you can learn 1 or 2 things from me to also build yourself. Because the Nigeria that you are coming to meet is a Nigeria that you must think for yourself. You must think for yourself. And because you must think for yourself, you must be positive. You must lean towards people that are positive, people that are developmental. You must think, you have to think on how you can develop yourself, what you can contribute to the society. Because if all of us develop that giving talent, when you bring all those talent to basket of what you will have produced, Nigeria will be a greater country than it is now. Your generation is the one that may fix this country, because the ones that are handing over to us, we now that are in, they are still fighting. They are still fighting. I'm in government, I can tell you, they are still fighting. And they are not fighting for us. They are fighting for themselves still. They are still not aware that we are in a digital era now. They are still not aware that things have changed. They are still living in the old analog system. So some of us are in their mix. We are seen as alien, but we have decided to maintain our focus. So you have a greater task. Don't listen to them. Be yourself. Think of what you can do for yourself to better your environment. When you do that, all this ruffle will not affect you, because you are already standing for yourself. And that's what we are doing as a government in Edo State. We decided that we have to just ignore what is happening in the country in terms of what we want to achieve. Because if we allow what is happening in the country to guide our principle, we might not be able to focus. So we are focused, we've planned our programs on how to get money to fund them, on how to just be ourselves, and it's helping us. So that is what I'm saying to your brand new executive.
Ebo Sereme Ubinome, TMC TV News.